Hello, 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 everyone. Kim from K&RP here in southeastern Manitoba. Cloudy day out today. Temperature's nice though. It's 19 degrees Celsius, which means it's 66 degrees Fahrenheit. Air quality is 2, so it's a good breathing day out there. You know, it's getting to be fall. Our nights are getting chillier, so we have to watch temperatures for covering up the garden. I have noticed that I didn't put my greetings in the chat box as I normally do. It is what it is. So I decided today that we're going to decoupage something. Remember these cute little jewelry box things Ron built for me to paint and decorate? I have decided that I am going to do them with decoupage. Now, I'm thinking that I'm going to use napkins for this one just because I've got this lovely print. I did this print yesterday, and I think it's fabulous, and I think it would be great for putting on one of these boxes. But because it just goes around, I really don't have anything to cover the top with. Hey, Andrea, nice to see you. So I think I'm going to use this one on the small box. And then I'm going to use napkins on these other two. And because I painted this one black, I think I'm going to have to use a darker napkin, like these daisies. I mean, even the daisies, I'm going to have to use this one. I probably have other dark ones, but I think that this will probably be a better bet. And then I'm going to use these napkins for this white one. I probably don't need 2 napkins. This one I probably do. This one I probably don't. We're just going to hack up these napkins and bits and do these, get at least coating on these boxes. So I'm going to start by stripping the napkins because I didn't think to do that. Also because I didn't know what the heck I wanted to do today. I'm having a day. I slept in. I didn't get up until after 10. Normally I'm up at least an hour prior to that. So yeah, I slept in and that just kind of threw everything off. So we're just taking off the back layers because we all know that it's not going to, doesn't matter if we ripped it because I'll probably be ripping it as I work anyway. I lost my train of thought. Derail. Went out and played with some ladies yesterday, our monthly group. So one of the other ladies was showing various ways of doing washi tape. And so she had her gel plates. I took mine along just because. So that's why I did a print. I was just kind of cleaning up the plate, etc., etc. Came out with some fabulous washi tapes, though. She brought her alcohol markers, and they work so nice on cellophane tape for, like the glossy cellophane tape, and it almost gives that watercolor, like a watercolor effect. It's anyway. She brought her alcohol markers. We scribbled on cellophane tape, and it was lovely. She also had quite a bit of medical tape, which seems to be fabulous for working on. Holds paint, holds all kinds of stuff. And she also had drywall tape. Drywall tape is really wide and thick. Like some of her medical tape was quite wide. And seriously, if you were looking to put a spine on a journal and you wanted to decorate it, using that wide medical tape would be incredible. She said she picked hers up at the dollar store. I never really look at the dollar store for things like that. because we always know I'm in for texture. Always looking for texture. How are you, Andrea? Did you have a good weekend? I had a good weekend. Got the pages ready for the journal that I'm working on. Well, I've got the pages ready to decorate for the journal that I'm working on. And bits to go with it. It was quiet, but very nice. Good. Quiet can be good. Quiet can be good. Yeah, it was pretty quiet here too. It was really nice getting out to play with the ladies. And evidently there's another junk journal group that would like to start up in Winnipeg doing group meetings. I don't know. I'm perfectly happy with the group I'm in, not planning on leaving it. Vitamin delivery. Oh, FedEx is, oh, brutal. Brutal. Does that have to do with all these crazy tariff things? And do you have gas shortages where you are? I saw on the news that some places in the U.S. are having trouble with they're out of gas. And of course, the emergency services get the gas first. So I just, it's amazing how much we depend on these things. Do you have a tracking number? Can you track it? I don't know if FedEx is like the post office or not. Okay. FedEx is just not delivering. Wow. Huh. That's crazy. That is crazy. Crazy, crazy. All right. So I've got the napkins stripped. As I said, I'm going to use this one on here. This one goes with this one. These are going to go on this. And I'm going to have to cut these up because I don't think it's going to go around the corners very nicely because it's not flat, right? I think so. I think so. I don't even know if this is going to, you know what? I'm going to leave this one till the very end. I'm not going to cut it or anything because I do know doing the fronts of the boxes and then the fronts of between the boxes can be a bit on the irritating side. So I've got this old Mod Podge here. It is gloss, which is fine. We can use gloss for a change. We can. I am looking for, and it's gone. Of course it is. I'm going to use to take that skin off. I don't want to get all sticky, but I guess we'll do it. Do you have problems with FedEx being in competition with your postal service there? I'll use this. Because I know when our postage people were on strike, our FedEx and Purelator, they wouldn't take small parcels because, of course, remember we had the strike at Christmas time. So they would not take parcels because they were supporting the postal workers. That's very, very weird. Something about the people who are on the board of FedEx and Purelator here are also kind of part of the governing board of our postal service. I don't know. Anyway, it was connected somehow, and it was just very, very annoying. All right. No serious competition. Yeah, well, I'm sure there's enough deliveries for everyone. But I mean, like I say, when our guys were on strike, our postal service was on strike, Purelator and FedEx backed them. Like they wouldn't take, Anyway, so I'm trying to this doesn't really have, I guess it does have a direction because it is kind of a mirror image thing. So I guess I should probably cut it so that they're kind of going in the same direction. Yeah, these have been sitting around for quite a while, so it's time to get them done. My daughter took a couple because she wanted to do them. I think she was thinking of doing some craft sales. So she was going to finish them and sell them for Ron. Oh, no, they have to go this way. Yeah. You still like them? That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. Yep. All right, so I've got 4 pieces of half napkins because that way we've got the prints. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start at the back and work my way around. That seems to be logical to me. So of course we're going to have these go down. And then that way I can trim to wrap, right? We're going to figure this out as we go. Hey, Teresa, how you doing, hon? Nice to see you. I've decided that it's time to decoupage these boxes because I'm done with them. So I checked the tracking on that stuff I sent you, Teresa, and it says that it's out for delivery. So I'm hoping you get it very soon. Cleared customs. Didn't say anything if they were going to do price, you know. You know what I'm talking about, the pricing and I don't think they're subject to tariffs as of yet, but I just don't know. Okay, we're just going to put this down. You feeling better, Teresa? Still on the mend? So, of course, we put the podge down, and then we go over it with a layer. Okay. So, because they're curved, I remember having this issue when I did that other box. See, I didn't quite do it. I think I have to cut it there. And then that will curve. No, I have to cut into the curve as well. And do it in sections. And then come back in and do another. I'm probably going to put this down and then possibly do a little floral collage with my Kim bits and Kim flowers. That this is just going to be the base. Got a wrinkle there because it's a curve. As I say, I can come back in and do the flowers over it. I think I need to cut it there as well. You see your heart doctor on the 11th? Oh, okay. Yeah, better to be safe than sorry. Follow the doctor's recommendations for sure. Oh, we don't want you to stick down there. No. We need you to wrap around here. Yeah, see how it gaps? Which is fine. Because it's a leafy pattern, I can just take a strip and put it up the side so you've got like leaves on top and leaves on the bottom. If that makes sense. It's going to look totally different once we've got these on, for sure. Now we're going to flip it over on this edge and do the same thing. I think I'm going to cut it off. And I am going to wrap it around. I just don't know how far I want to wrap it around yet. And for the top, so we cut it there, and we cut it there, and we cut it there. Ish. I guess we have to go all the way on this one so that it comes, we'll have a bit of a tear. I know we don't like straight lines when we do this, but this is just the first off. What am I covering? I'm covering these little boxes that Ron made, these little jewelry boxes. I painted them. I just had them sitting there for, a couple of years because we know that, yeah, this isn't going to work. Let's put this down here. This has to get cut all the way to the side. But like I say, I'm probably going to put 2 layers of napkins on, and then I am going to come in and do my usual collage work on it. Oh, see, that goes over. Oh, see, I probably should have cut that a little differently. I think that's got to get cut down the middle because it's like right on the upper curve of the box. There we go. Bit of an overlap, which is fine. The other side, because it's the concave side of the box, I have gaps. This one I've got overlaps. Is fine. All right. We got drawers. Okay, come out. We got the back. We got this side. And this side. Oh yeah, car's got to go in. Yeah. Definitely do need those things for getting around. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these off. Not right close, but enough so that I can just kind of wrap over the front edge a little bit. I honestly don't remember how I decoupaged that other box, but I was using regular paper stuff that time. So I'm just going to put a light coat there, and we're just going to bring this around. The same thing here. Just bring that around. And I'm not worried about where the drawers go in just yet. When I do the entire front, I'll have a piece that goes over them all. Over them all. All right. So let's trim this bottom. I'm going to trim it pretty flush. Pretty flush. And again, I'm just going to take a little bit of Mod Podge and I'm going to go around that. And here, I guess I could have snipped that corner. Chances are I'm going to come and go over the base with some black or white paint. So once it's complete, Ron will put flocking in the drawers. You know, that fuzzy powdered stuff, because that's what we use in these. And I'm not worried about going into the holes. I will be trimming that down flush. I'll have like a emery board or whatever to fix those up. And so now I don't know. I'm going to cut this down and then I'm going to have a whole piece that goes over the top. And I think that's probably going to be the last piece I put on because I still have to do underneath as well. So I'm just going to trim this likey so. Likey so. And we do not need big edges. We're just going to put this down. Definitely will be collaging over the top, you know, the top of the box. And I will come in and neaten up those edges with some sandpaper or that emery board. And I'll do the same with this one. Hey, Janet, nice to see you. Did you get your window fixed? I am just decoupaging this little jewelry box that Ron made. I painted it white, but I do prefer it to be decorated. So I am using napkin on these two for sure. And I thought of using this on the other short box, but it's really fiddly. So I figured I would do the napkins because it's easier. It is just easier. All right. So how wet are you? Not too bad. I can get away with this. So we'll put the drawers back in. Maybe. This is what happens when you just let them fall out. Then you don't know where they go. Okay, that one definitely goes there. This one is the bottom one. And then this one, it's like shape sorting. I failed. Okay, so now I'm going to take a strip of napkin and I'm going to put it down on the drawers. Again, I'm not worried about the betweens. I just need these to flow right now. That's way lots of Podge. Way lots. I don't really want to glue the drawer shut. It may happen. I'll just take a palette knife. Pick that up a little. Pick that up a little. Okay, so we want the leaves going in this direction, so we're just going to put this down like this. And we're just going to put it down on the drawers. Not worrying about between the drawers, we just need the drawers covered. As I say, I'm going to be coming in and doing a little floral collage on top of this. I'm probably going to be putting 2 coats of napkins down. Okay, so now we've got it like that. I'm going to tip those drawers out. Like that. And we're going to put them like this. And we're going to put them aside. See, there's a mark on the white on that one. So definitely want to cover it with something. Hey, Monica, nice to see you, hon. Nice to see you. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing fine. I am decoupaging these little jewelry boxes that Ron built. So now I'm going to take a piece of this. I'm just going to take a small strip and put it down the front. Again, not too worried about, I'm just doing it so that the drawer spacers are covered. Yeah, a lot of times I decorate these by just doing painting on them. I've got lots, so many things like this that I need to do. Well, maybe, did I get that? Yeah. It'll do, it will do, because as I say, it's going to get 2 coats of whatever I do. Because I want it to be really, really leafy if I'm doing a floral on top. That way I can get away with I can use these stems and leaves for the backgrounds, right? That's the whole idea. All right. I am not going to wrap this around because I wrapped the back to the sides. So that's going to need to dry a little bit before I trim this off. You know, let's just wrap it, Kim. Let's just trim this down and wrap it because it's just easier. Are you back to streaming, Monica? Oh, okay. I will need to come in with an X-Acto knife and trim that one off. This one I really didn't leave much space, much overlap at all, which is okay. Totally, totally, totally okay. All right. So now I just need to do the top, but I want to really do the top last. I'm going to put these aside to dry a bit. And we're going to start covering this big beast. This one. This big beast here. Many rabbit holes. Getting ready in September? Yeah. I get you. I get you. All right. So again, we're going to start on the back. And this doesn't really have a pattern. Or I don't think it does, but I'm not concerned about it. I'm just putting it down. Just putting it down. Oh, this is just lumpy, bumpy on the edge here. Smooth lumps out if you can. All right, here we go. Nice. Nice. I went and played with some ladies in the city. So again, because I painted this one black, I'm hoping that these daisies will stay white. We'll find out. And if they don't, oh well. That's why I'm starting with the back. Oh, we don't really want the fold per se. We'll just lift it and stretch it so that the folds are a bit smoother. Hey, Sherry, nice to see you. Nice to see you. Oh, see, that's the way to do it. I got it wet here and it's breaking off at the edges. Didn't think of that. Well. Okay, Monica. I guess school's back in and you got lots to get arranged. Our school doesn't go back until first week in September. I don't even pay attention to that anymore since I no longer have kids in school. Well, I do have the two teenage boys, but all right. Oh, there go the drawers. Some of the drawers. This is a big napkin. I'm going to trim it down. Trim it down. I can use this for doing the drawers on the front. And it did. It ripped along the edge in quite a few places. And again, we have to cut because it's curvy, it's not flat. So we have to do it so that there's room for it to move. So what size bass were you catching? Uh-oh. See? Doesn't really matter. Let's do it this way because it's... You're right. You're right. Thinking about it. Oh, look, big hole. This is why I want to go over it twice with the napkins. Sneeze a lot, but let you go sooner. Well, I think because it's like a Zoom meeting, that's not going to work because they'll figure she's at home so that she's not infecting anybody in the office, and they'll just make her stay. Just my thoughts on that. You know, before Labor Day. That's crazy. Yeah, like I mean, Malia's kids are back in school already. Like, the lovely Malia. But I think because in your hotter climates, the kids get out earlier so that they're not in the crazy heat. We don't get, you know. I think that's got to do with it. Something, something to do with it. Yeah, post that one too. Definitely, definitely, definitely. Okay, so either I wasn't as gentle with this one, or this one's much more fragile than the other one was, because that other napkin went around those corners lovely without tearing when I was putting the podge down. This one seems to want to tear off as soon as it's wet. It feels that it wants to relocate. Like, yeah, I've got a little bit of a fold there. All right. So that side is done, except for the big hole that I poked there. But yeah, those white daisies aren't showing great. Drawers, out you go. They aren't showing great. I am definitely going to do 2 coats of napkins on this one as well, which is fine. Which is fine. So we're going to cut off this edge. And we're going to wrap this around. Again, we're going to have to snip it so that we can conform it to the structure. Excuse me just for a minute. I have to respond to this. No, I don't. I'm in a group chat, and you get those messages up and says so and so messaged you, but it cuts off at you, and it's actually your group. So I don't need to pay attention. Well, I do, but you know what I mean. I don't need to respond to it. But I had put out a request if anybody had any car magazines, because I need car magazines for the journal that I'm working on. So I'm thinking I may have to do a thrift store run before I stream tomorrow so I can get this journal done. See, now this is going to overlap a little bit this way. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, a lot of meetings are wastes of time, aren't they? Really? Yeah, I know. That's why I decided to use this dark napkin. But I'm collaging on top of it. This is just the background. I'm going to do 2 layers of napkins, and then I am going to collage. Oh, thanks, Monica. Yeah, I'm doing a journal for a car show that is actually a fundraising car show. And I offered to do a journal and then totally forgot about it. Now I've got like a week to get it done, which is okay. I can do it. No, 2 weeks. I've got 2 weeks to get it done. I've got the pages already edged with muck water and black paint. They're all, well, some of them have lines. I put them through the printer. After you do that, you should probably put the lines on it before you do that. Anyway, I have some with lined pages that I created. And yeah, yep. All right, so I need to trim this one down. It's in my way. Okay, Monica. Thanks, hun. Have a good meeting. All right. So now, again, I'm going to trim this top. So it's just over a little bit. And it's got that crimped edge, where the napkins, they emboss them kind of so that they stick together well. All right. Don't mix up the napkins. All right. So it's very aged looking, actually, like this, because the flowers don't really show. I've put holes in the sides in a couple of places. All right. So the back feels pretty dry, so I'm going to lay it on its back and do the same thing to the front that I did on the other one. We're going to trim these down and wrap them just that little bit. Didn't leave much this time, which is just fine because, like I said, I'm going to come back and put a piece over like I did on the white one. We'll put the drawers in. Let's put the drawers in before this time. That seems to make more sense. So let's put the drawers in, and we'll play eeny meeny. Good grief. This is the front. So you go, where do you go? Ha! Yeah, they'll auction it. And maybe if I get these done satisfactorily, I'll donate one of those as well. All right, all right, all right. Let's put some Podge down these and take one of these strips and just put it down the drawers. The ladies that I was playing with yesterday, one of them makes journals and sells them. So she was at a fair last weekend and she sold 11 journals. Very happy for her. I'm not going to get back into the selling of journals and things. I'm just making things for fun now. Just for fun. Yeah, see, this napkin rips. Obviously, a much cheaper napkin than those other ones that I bought. And we want to flip this over. Like that. See? I really didn't have that issue with that other napkin. Totally different feel to the paper. This is like a cheap, yeah, the papers are totally different, guys. That's why I'm having problems. What do you mean you have to replace parts on them? What kind of parts? Because I've had mine for a while. Love my Instant Pot. And like I say, I'll be coming in with um, a knife and some sandpaper and cleaning out these drawers, the drawer spaces. Oh, I'm not even on screen. I'm sorry. This is like watching people glue. I feel like you're folded or something. All right. So again, now I'm going to take a piece and go down the front of this. Need a wider piece. A wider piece. Oh, the cap on the floater valve and the sealing ring. I do have a spare sealing ring. I bought that. I didn't know about the ring for the floater valve. Interesting. Definitely interesting. I'll have to look into that. And is it a home fix, nice and easy? I'm assuming it is. My nephew was over last weekend before, when he was smoking the meat. We decided that we're going to start making sausage. We've got all the recipes. We've got all the equipment. I mean, I've made sausage in the past. I'm just too old to futz with it now. All right. Straight down. Straight down. No puckers. We want no puckers. Less than $5 for a pack of 12. And did you get from Amazon? Or where did you get it? Do I have to go like to the Instant Pot site? All right. We're going to lop off this big hunk here. And now we're going to stand this one up to dry. Do a quick show. Very strange. This is very, very strange. I don't know where you're from. We're just going to trim you down and glue you down. Oh, that's right. That's the piece that ripped off. It's okay. So yeah, we've got some interesting... It looks old. I like it. I like it. All right, let's trim this and see what we've got. It's pretty dry. Just move these drawers out of the way and pull these drawers here. And I'm going to grab an emery board. Just have it. Where is it? Magic. One of these nail file board things. Bean juice. Oh yeah, that would be annoying. Yeah, maybe I should just order them and replace it before I even have that issue. Before I have that issue. So we're just going to poke holes. And we're going to trim some of this out. So just like anything else, you just kind of cut into the corners. I'm not going to glue them in. I'm going to cut them out and then sand. Leave the emery board on the edges. Because I don't want to, if the drawers are snug in any places, I don't want them to bind up. Just trimming these pretty close, pretty close. You can see a little bit jagged. Yeah, I was just thinking of making some baked beans because I'm out of homemade baked beans. I also need to make some kidney beans because I want to make some chili. So I need to cook those up. I've got black beans that I cooked and I've got those in the freezer ready to rock. think the last thing I did was a pot roast in there. But I really need to get some. Because my mom was British, we have beans on toast often. It's a nice, easy meal, cheap, reasonably nutritious, depending on how much sugar and junk you put in your sauce. All right, so I'm just going to take this board and I'm just going to go along the edge, and that comes off really nice and clean. And I mean, if I hadn't painted them originally, it might be nice to go all the way down on some of the corners, right to the wood, to give it that aged look. But I might just do that by brushing it with some burnt umber-ish muck water. As I say, I want to do my little floral collages on top of this. And yes, I could have waited until I got the second coat on, but I find it's easier just to do it between coats. It's kind of hard to get around the rounds. Still need to do the top. I think that's pretty clean. This is quite a thick emery board. It's not wanting to get into that corner very nice. I might need to go in with an X-Acto knife, which is fine too. All right, I'm liking that. I am liking the way that's turned out. Just need to do the top for the first coat. And now let's do these guys. Oh, that one didn't quite get to the corner. Let's glue that down. Now we'll do these. Do you freeze your beans or do you can them, Andrea? Now that I've got this induction stove, I do have like a pressure canner, but it's aluminum, so it won't work on this stove. So I freeze them. I also find that with canning, you do have to use more salt than if I just freeze them. Oh, I do can stuff. Or I used to can more than but like tomatoes and things, I have to use so much salt. I don't like to do that because I need to restrict my salt. Went to pick the cabbages. We had this beautiful head of cabbage. Something got into there and ate half of it. Yeah, I like doing all that stuff. I really do. Especially like when my kids were little and, single income family. having a big garden and getting stuff put by for the winter, the fruits, because I always had fruit because I've got fruit trees, and I always did my jams and jellies, and but I would find jars out in the front flower bed. My kids figured that they would notice, that I wouldn't notice that they were taking jars of strawberries and stuff and eating them in their room, and they would just toss the jars out their bedroom windows. Kids just don't think. Oh, did I just cut myself? Nope. That just seemed very hard to pull off. And it's weird. Anyway, wrong side. All's good. All is good. So as I say, I wanted to come in and trim this edge. So yeah, they would eat the food thinking that Mom wouldn't notice these jars outside their windows. I think that's hilarious. There we go. There we go. So that's cute. But like I said, I want to do 2 layers. Yeah. My kids. I love my kids. They're very creative. Very creative beasts. I just laugh now. I was perturbed before. But all you can do is laugh. Seriously. Okay, we're going to do the top. I'm going to wrap it around. And then I'm going to do all the sides and stuff again. Like, it's cute, but I think it needs a second coat of napkin. I really do think it needs that. All right, so I need a piece about like that. Yeah, like that, like that, like that. Yep, the joys of kids. And they are very much like me. You do the Christmas baking and you freeze it. I love frozen baking. So they too love frozen baking. So I have learned, even though they don't live here anymore, I just make raw dough and freeze the raw dough. We won't eat the raw dough. That's how they get their cookies at Christmas too, is I just give everybody raw dough. We're just going to trim it into these corners. And I'm going to trim that off because I don't need all that bulk. Whoop, come back. Well, I wasn't a sweet mom. I was the psycho mom, kind of. But the kids always knew that, like their friends and stuff always knew that they were welcome here, that it was a safe place, and that I would always feed them. Oop. don't want you in there. I want you attached. Stop it now. See, I've gone over this with the brush 3 times, this white one, and it's not doing the rip off thing. Amazing. Amazing. All right. So yeah, that definitely needs a second coat. Let's put the, let's trim these sides down on this one. I'm going to go as close as I can with the scissors. And again, because it's curved, it's an annoying thing to do, to cut around these curves. He does bookcases like this too. Me and my girls and the grandkids each have a twisted bookcase. All right. Now we're going to do the same thing with these. Yeah, they do. They do. But I wouldn't put up with any nonsense from them. So again, we're just doing this, and we have to do this outside edge because we've got a bit of a overlap kind of thing happening here. I think I need to go this way. Yeah. I was the mom that, threatened them that if they skipped school, I would go and sit in their classrooms to make sure that they were there. And they knew darn well that I would do it. Ugh, see? Got big gaps. So I think the next layer that I'm putting on this black one, I'm going to have to kind of cut strips and go in strips. Don't know that I need to put another one on the front. Like on the drawers, definitely, but on the spacers, I think I can just leave as it is. What have you been working on, Andrea? Notice that Janet's been dyeing some incredible papers. Absolutely stunning papers. I cook red cabbage quite often. I never think to, but I mean, I do it the German style, so it's got the sugar and vinegar, and there's not really much liquid. But I guess I could take the core and the outer leaves, which I don't use, because sometimes the outer leaves are kind of dry. I could make up a little batch of. I'm just worried that they're going to go moldy on me, right? That I don't worry about that with coffee dye for some reason, but using onion peels and that kind of thing. And I know that we put vinegar in it for a reason, so it doesn't go moldy, but I still have, oh, the pesky Christmas cards, yeah. See, I did take this down to the wood at this edge, which is okay. I'm wondering if this paint, if the Mod Podge doesn't really stick to it. It does, but it doesn't, but it does. Like, this is just very, very strange. How some of the flowers are white. And they're glued down. Hey, Belinda, nice to see you. I am Mod Podging, decoupaging napkins onto these jewelry boxes. And what? Then I'm going to collage them with my florals. So I've given everything one coat of napkins except the top of this one. I just put the top on that one. And I'm going to do 2 coats of napkins because, why? I had a reason. They're not covering nice. Well, they are, but I think that I would like to put a second coat on because there's so much white. I love that piece that you did, Belinda. I really do. You did a nice job on that. Did you use markers or paint to do the main patterns? I was trying to determine what you used. So I'm just trimming off the excess napkin by using an emery board. Yeah, the way that napkin went on here, definitely I kind of like it. Ah, it's just weird. It's very weird. See, it's yeah. Second coat. Do a second coat. Don't even think about it. Just do a second coat. Acrylic paint? Oh, okay. Yeah, it really does remind me of quilt blocks. See, now these flowers stayed perfectly white. I don't know what the difference is. Did I maybe not put as much Podge down and just put Podge on top to stick it? Is that possibly it? I don't know. I don't know. Because that is, it. No, it definitely needs another coat. Put another coat on, and we've got to put this on top here. Okay, that works. That definitely works. The group I was at yesterday was making washi tape, and a lady brought in her um, alcohol markers, and it worked really nicely on that shiny cellophane tape, like the Scotch tape or whatever, because we were doing different kinds of washi tapes, and that worked so nicely on those. Oh, see? Now that one, there it goes, ripping right at the top edge again. It's not covering. Very weird. Very weird. Okay, that needs to dry. Oh no, where did I go? I hit my mouse and made this small. Ah! What? Wait. Oh, you got it? Oh, I'm so glad that you got it. So glad that you got it. Did you have to pay extra? Teresa, did you have to pay Tara for any extra anything? And it came intact, like there was no breakage or anything? No damage? That was my other concern. All right, so we're going to trim this off. Oh no, I have to go underneath that. Wait, there's more. All right, turn it upside down, put the glue on. No tears, breaks, nothing. Perfect. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I'm so glad you got it. I'm even happier that you're happy with it. Liquid acrylic paints. Okay, like the kind that I use as an ink. Well, I'm glad, Teresa. I really am glad. Really glad. Need to trim this just a bit here. All right, now I'm going to have to let this dry again. I was hoping that I could deal with that top. It's okay. Needs to dry. This one needs to dry. This is just weird. On the front of the journal, awesome. Awesome, awesome. Very, very cool. All right, so let's do this. Just taking off the excess from the top. And the cool thing is that if I'm going to be doing my own collage on top of this, any place that I think is just really shabby, like these, yes, I'm still going to go over it a second time, but if there's anything that I think is just grody, I can really make sure that my collaging goes over it to give it that better effect. All right, let's do another coat on that one. So as I say, I'm going to be cutting strips this time round for back, front, and sides. Because I'm not wrapping anything around this time. There's the back. One side. That could be the front drawers. Or can I get away with a thinner one? I think I can get away with that for the drawers. Yeah, because I can just, yeah, that can be the drawers. Not worried about the front edges. Just the back and the sides. So let's cut this down for a side. Yeah, that's the kind I've got too. That's my Liquitex and the Golden. I think they both have droppers. No, the Liquitex has this kind of a top, but the Golden has droppers. I like those droppers. They work great. Okay, so let's get this back done first. Oh, you're welcome. You are welcome. I know you've been talking about it, and we never did agree on it. All right, here's the back. You've got some of the liquid text paints too? Yeah. That's what I use with my scratch pens, right? Is those paints. Okay, we're going to see if this works as a better coverage, putting a second layer on. And if it doesn't, that's fine. We just know it's going to be well protected. Oh, and we got a crease. Decoupage. Oh, you've got golden paints as well? Yeah. I really like those, the liquids. I mean, I like the other acrylics, like the tube acrylics as well, but I like that fluid stuff for sure. Okay, now we're going to let that dry just the way it is. This is the side. Don't lose those. And we're going to trim this one off. See, I don't know now if that's paint or if that's one layer of napkin. Getting another coat anyway. I need to take this top drawer out. Yeah, I think that's true. I think that's very true, Teresa, because it's like I had a plan and then the plan kind of went sideways and it was just sitting in the box and it's like, yeah, why keep it in a box? Send it to somebody who actually wants it. Has a use for it. All right. So yeah, this is we'll do the back on this. And again, we're gonna just lop off hunks and do it that way. Do them in strips this time. It will be nice to get these out of here. I have that other one, but like I say, I'm really not a big fan of how that paper is going to go on. I would have to do that one in strips for sure. Side. Oh, I don't need to worry about that because I can just do the drawers individually again. Now the idea is going to be because this one is so translucent that when I'm putting these leaves on, I want to make sure that it's different than the leaves that are on there, right? So if you can see, the leaves are here. I'm going to use that section so that it's more leaves and vines kind of thing, if that makes sense. That's what I'm aiming for anyway. Oh, can't complain. Hour and a half, and I've got first layers. And I'm working on second layers on these. That other one, maybe I'll just hand paint and decorate it my style with just some hand painting. Okay, so I want those definitely. So we're going to make sure that that is there. Oh, that's going to give it a lovely effect. Absolutely lovely effect. Especially with some of my little collage on top. And up the sides. I may, even though I've got a bazillion and one little flowers cut out, I may just take a big scrap of paper and do a whole bunch of flowers that are all the same so that I've got enough to go all the way around, and then just use the odd flowers here and there. Okay, so that's that one. This one still has very weird, it's you see it, you see both layers. Top first. Let's work our way down. Still a little bit wet, so it's kind of gumming up my emery board. It's okay. And then, of course, when it's all done, I'm going to give it an entire coat of Mod Podge just to make sure all little edges and everything are sealed down before I start collaging it. I should just let those drawers fall out because I'm holding them in. It's awkward. Get out. Get out. You. Yeah, you. I had a girlfriend who, for every Christmas or whatever, she would give you a shoebox full of like cookies, but she would decoupage the boxes. So out throughout the year, she would get magazines and stuff and cut out all like little Santa faces or angels, and she would collect them. And so I had one totally covered in Santa faces, but of course, cardboard, it got smushed, but it was absolutely incredible. Okay, so that's the back. This is a gloss Mod Podge, right? So it's a pain in the hiney to actually see great. But I mean, it's definitely, You can see both layers, and some of them are bright and some of them are not. So now I'm going to do this side. And again, I am just doing the side. I'm not doing any wraparounds whatsoever. That's going to be for drawers. And see, this is where some of the napkin actually ripped. So I've got straight black paint. But you know, it's going to give it that aged look, right? Sometimes you want that aged look. And I see that I've gone down to the wood on these front edges here. I might do that in a few places so that it looks more aged. All right. Want it right tucked up under that lid. Here we go. This one, I wasn't as concerned about making sure that I had a strange overlap as I was the white one, because I'm pretty sure that I've got these in different places anyway, different portions of the napkin. I also think, like, I will put another coat of Mod Podge on it after I've got the second coats on, but I'm going to have to let it dry for a couple of days before I actually collage them, because I want to make sure that this is really, really good and dry. All right, that's the second side done. And you can see it is over the other napkin in a different, you know, direction. Not necessarily direction, but the patterns aren't equal. So I'm going to trim this one down. Look, this edge bubbled on me here. It's fine. It's fine. So we're going to start at the top. Just want to make sure that I can get this. Don't want it to glue down on the top. I just want the edge. Yeah, Podge is still tacky on this one. Guess I just have to be a little bit firmer. Show them who's boss here. So is it something bad with your car, Teresa? Or just like for an oil change and stuff, you're taking it in? And see, I didn't even think when I overlapped that back one, it's so translucent. You know, like I have to definitely make sure there's a really heavy leafing on that edge to cover up that wraparound that I did that I shouldn't have done. Oh, tire battery. Oh, alternator, yeah. Alternators are important. I mean, so are tires and batteries, but alternators are definitely important. I really like the way we've got that crossing of the leaves. on this. All right, so we got the back done on this one. You know, let's do the sides. And because I had to cut the sides, I can get away with, oh, there's some gappy things. I'm going to go here on this one. Yeah, I'm going to go like that on that one. Oh, that would look good. That would look very interesting, for sure. And again, I'm not going around the front. I'm not touching the front where the drawer spacers are. And I'm going to go... I'm sticking my tongue out, guys. I don't normally do that. I just realized it. That's hilarious. And of course, I had to tell you. Pretty shine? Oh, okay. Nope. Way wet. Way wet. Oh, this will be so nice to get these off that back desk. They've been sitting there for months, even years. Can't even remember. I think I painted them while we were online together. So that's been a while. So that's got a lovely layered effect there. That's the first side on that. That one's just a little bit tacky, but I'm sure we can sand that off. Because this napkin is so... wants to just come off anyway. Look how nice that's coming. Nope, big wet spot there. All right. That did give it a nice effect. It's still very, very pale. Those daisies. It's very interesting the way that went on. You know how some of them are really punchy and some of them are just, nope, we're just going to fade right into the background here. Like I said, I don't know if it's because of the amount of Mod Podge I put on or not. I have no idea. I don't mind that effect. I'm looking for like a grungy old effect anyway on this one because it's black. That's what I'll be looking for on that one as well. Come off of there. Thank you. So yeah, I really did get down to the wood there. That's like I say, that's fine. I'm gonna distress it anyway. All right, now we're gonna do this side. Nope, not that one. This one. This one. I have been trying to get things down to a low roar for sure, Belinda. I've got lots of projects that still really, really need to be addressed. Some of them more important than others, but they're getting close to being done. See, this one has a big gap there, so it's going to be just a single layer of napkin and some of these curves, which is okay. You know what? I could go like this. We don't know how it's going to turn out. Welcome back, Monica. I'm just doing my second layer of napkin on this tall one. I'm just doing the second side. I've done the back, and this is the second side, so I just have to do the top with one more layer. How was your meeting? Oh, thanks, Monica. No, they did not show very good. This is, I'll show you. It's interesting. It's going to be very, very, very grungy, which is perfectly fine. I don't want that to wrap. Some of them did, and some of them did not. It's weird. Very, very weird. But that's fine. I'm okay with weird. And that's the second side. Second coat on that side. So I just have to do the drawer fronts and the top, and everybody's got their second coat. Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's still really tacky. I don't know if you'll come nice or not. We will find out. So I've got the second layer on the back on this one. You can see how the leaves are overlapping better than they were. Then I have to do the fronts of the drawers with the second layer of napkins. Then I'll be ready to give this another coat of Mod Podge. I think I need to let it dry though. It seems like it's taking longer. So I'm not letting it dry well enough between coats. And again, I might go all the way down to the wood for a distressed look, or I might not. We'll see what happens once I've got my collage on top of it. So that also now has its second coat of leaves. Coat of napkin. And I am just going to leave the front the way it is because. So I need to do this side. And again, it's got the white strips from where wrapping the stuff around. So I think this needs to go, maybe like this. Yeah, like that. All right. I got bits to clean up. It will be nice to, I'm excited to get more projects completed because I have so many. And maybe, I'll be happy with it without doing the, oh yeah, that's a nice overlap. No, I have to add my own collage to it. Never mind. But like I say, I think what I'll do is I will make like 25 of the same flower to use so that it flows nice. I know. I'm narrating and talking out loud and planning is you know how I work. Okay, that one's got to dry. So let's do the fronts of these drawers. See, they just look really old and distressed. That's with one layer of napkin on them. Just bizarre. Totally, totally bizarre. How some of them are so white and others just go, nope. So I'm just using up scraps of this. There's one. Just fits. Just fits. That's a really nice thing about doing these little things. Well, come back. Like I say, Ron still needs to put flocking in them once I'm done doing what I'm doing. Yeah, you can see the stuff underneath, but it's very motley. Motley, motley, motley. I think I'll use this piece first because I need to have a really nice piece for the top. So I'm going to use this one for the rest of these. Flocking, yeah, that's that powdered lining stuff. Blue, green, red, like at the bottom of jewelry boxes and that kind of thing. There's that, it's kind of fuzzy. So what it is you put down this acrylic glue that's got a certain color to it. If you're doing a blue flocking, it will be blue tinted. And then you put that in, and then you take this powder gun and you spritz this fiber powder onto it, and it sticks down. And you let it dry, and it gives that really nice coating, like a jewelry box kind of coating. It's so fun to walk into places and, do you have any flocking? Yeah, you're rude. Get out. It just gives things a really nice finishing touch. For jewelry boxes and things. If I had one of the other ones that is finished, like the wooden ones down here to show you I would, but I do not. But when these are all done in the flockings, then I will show them complete. I'll do a show and tell, but I'm not going to do my collage work while we're here together. I think I want... Oh, now are you going to fit? No. Okay, this one it is. Or maybe I can even paint flowers up it instead of collaging it. I don't know yet. Maybe what I'll do is paint the flowers on tissue paper so that you can't see the backing. That might work just fine. Let's do these drawers now. And again, I'm not overly concerned with, I just need to make sure that the leaves are overlapping. Like that. Yep, like that. Then I just have the tops left. And I'm going to let them dry for an hour. Then I'll put another coat of Mod Podge on. So we're just about done here, guys. Just about done. Just the tops. I think these are going to be gorgeous little jewelry boxes when they're done. See how nicely that looks? What kind of paper did you use on it, Belinda? Because I have stitched like that. I don't even know where it is. But I'll just use like a piece of copy paper behind just to give it extra support. The one thing I do suggest is you poke the holes before you start. So if you're doing like a stem, poke all the holes for the stem first. Oh, wait. Where the heck was that? Give me a second. Give me a second. I did. Where's that book? Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. I have my art journal. Here it is. Oh, don't make an apple ranch. Thank you. Good. Okay. So on this one, this is just cardstock. So I punched all the holes first, and then I stitched it. I think that's the way to go. And what I used for the circles is I used a piece of needlepoint canvas and just did a row, and I poked holes. Does that make sense? But I definitely suggest that you poke the holes prior to stitching. All right, we're going to do the top of this, and we needed a heavier piece of, so that we could cover up those lucky ones that I put on there. I'm going to have to use this corner right here. You probably don't need to put anything on it then. Like I say, that's just a piece of cardstock. So I'm doing the top of this one. And because I folded this one over, I found a piece of napkin that's very heavily leaved. And I'm going to put that over so that I can cover up where I folded it over that I probably shouldn't have. There, that covers it up like a charm. It really does. I mean, you could always back it with something heavier if you are concerned that you might pull too tight, but you won't pull too tight if you pre-poke the holes. Just safe. All right, there's the top. Now we need the top for this one. I'm going to use this piece. It's pretty flowery. It's okay. It's okay. Then we'll see what I can start sanding the edges on. There is a heck of a lot of triangles. So that's why, if you do it, maybe do like black stitched circles. Just add a couple of more circles, but stitched in black. Or gold. Or, I don't know that stitching on the triangles would work or not. I honestly don't know. Okay, let's sand these off. Where did I put that? It's over here. So, first things first. We did this side. Let's get this side off first. So, yeah, I don't know that the Mod Podge holds really good against this black paint I used. It's a glossy black paint. And either that or I'm just not letting it dry enough, which could very well be too. Because I'm lifting the other side a little bit. So So I definitely think I need to let this dry for an hour or two before I put the coat of Mod Podge on. So what do you think we should do tomorrow, guys? I'm open to suggestions. Yeah, no problem. I just think that it would be beneficial to what? You know, I wouldn't. I don't know that I would stitch on every single triangle. But I mean, it's such a beautiful symmetrical piece. I don't know. Even if you just did straight, I don't know, Belinda. So up to you. So up to you. Yeah, I don't think that was a great choice for napkins, guys. Yeah, I could do that too. I could start decorating the pages for sure tomorrow. That'd be very cool. I mean, I've got some pieces already done. I've looked up some quotes kind of things that yeah, yeah, we could do that tomorrow. That'd be a cool thing. It would. Because like I say, this is for a car show, but it's a fundraiser for a family in need. So I wanted to do like a car themed journal. I'm doing it all in blues, kind of. Well, no, okay. It's majorly blue because it's going to be like a blue book. So I've got some quotes and I wanted to throw in some riddles or whatever. Sure, I'll be around. For sure, for sure. Yeah. There, the drawers are in. I wonder if I can... she's wet. She's wet. I can still do it. It's just going to gum up my emery board. Yeah, I'll be down here because I'll be working on these tonight. All right, there's the front. It doesn't really look like flowers, does it? It does, but it doesn't, but it does. Side, back. This just looks really old and grungy. Maybe I'll just sand down the edges and leave it just the way it is because, you know, I'm kind of liking that really grody look on it. What do you guys think? Couple of layers of Mod Podge. Folded pages. Just folded pages. I just wanted some more decorative stuff because you guys know that I usually use my own things. I don't do cars. The more I look at it, the more I like it. I really do. I wonder what kind of knobs I'm going to put on it, though. Maybe I'll just have to paint some wooden beads for knobs. Yeah, I think this one's just going to get 2 or 3 coats of Mod Podge. And because I really do. At first, I was going like, yeah, no, but now I'm really. It looks so old, doesn't it? I will distress the edges just in a few places, not many, but just in a few. Like I won't do the whole thing. Yeah, the curves were a bugger. Pardon the language. They were tough. But like I say, we've got bookshelves with these kind of curves. They're beautiful, beautiful pieces of furniture. But you can't stack things up against them because they're not flat. Yeah, I'm going to use the gloss. I do have a matte as well. Problem being that my daughter brought it to me and the jar had been dropped, so the lid is totally cracked. And it's a big jar. So I'm leery about having it open and I have to find a lid, is what I'm getting at. So I should have pulled out another napkin for this one. That one's still not done. It's okay. Yep. Ooh, what are you? Whatever you are, you're ugly. Oh, see, that took it. Nope. That's still napkin. This is a messy corner, though. Yeah. Not a fan. Not a fan with the way I did the corners on this one. Oh, he makes lots of it, yeah. My daughters have more furniture that he made than I do. I can't say that. Let me think. I'm going room to room here. He did the TV stand, the end table, the other like decorative table. He did the desks, the computer desk. He's done the bookcase. All the bookcases in the house are his work. Yeah, he does lots of it. And of course, my daughters and grandkids all have the wonky bookcases. And he made my one daughter wanted a blanket box. He's done cupboards. He's done, yeah, he does all that stuff. Very, very fortunate. Very fortunate that I've got a husband that does this stuff. Yeah, I don't like this one as much with the leaves. I'll show you right away. It's cute. But I do like how grungy that black one is. I really do. I definitely was iffy about it, but not anymore. One more, and then I can clean up all these grody bits. Unless I decide to do that little black one, which I just might do. Yeah, he's done really funky mirrors for them. Butcher blocks, jewelry boxes. He's done the boxes for my friend's parents' cremains. What do you guys think? I don't know. I just don't know. I still think I would like to do my cool. No, I did not know that. I used to have that crackle stuff, but I didn't know what it was exactly, but that's cool. So anyway, I think I am going to do some collage work up this one. This one I am going to leave. This one, I'm going to have to find a napkin that's going to cover up the black. I had wanted to use this, but I would have to do it in strips because I don't think it would wrap great. Maybe we'll do this. This one? Or that one? I could cover it in this. This has some gold paint in it. This one? You think I should do the edges and stuff? Do like some highlights with gold? I could do that. Maybe I'll do that after I do the collaging. But I really do like this beast. All right. Well, guys, it has been 2 hours and 20 minutes. I would like to thank you guys for putting up with me while I figure out what the heck I'm doing, as usual. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here and chat and visiting, and you know how that goes. I like to thank everybody up in the balcony and anybody who watches replays. Thank you very, very much. And I'm going to finish these off. Like I say, they need to sit for an hour before I add more Mod Podge to them, because I think it needs to cure that little bit. Not sure what I'm going to do with that black one. I guess maybe I could probably just collage it as is. Distress the edges a little bit. Maybe that's what I'll do. All right. Well, thanks, guys, for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. I am glad that you got your package, Teresa. And yeah, Monica, give me a shout later on. I should be down here, and if I'm not, I will be having my tablet with me. Anyhow, hugs to you all, and I am going live tomorrow at 12:45. And what did we say I was doing? Oh, working on that journal. Ah, see? Good memory, really short. Okay, guys, take care. See you soon. Bye now.